So I think that by this point, we can all agree that adulthood sucks. And I really think that the thing that makes it suck so much is the fact that it's just a never-ending decision process. And you know, this is also the thing that makes it so great. Like, you're free, you can do anything you want, but in reality all your decisions kind of become embedded in this spider web where one decision lead to another decision, which lead to another decision, and then you're kind of trapped in this spider web and you can't really escape because you have made so many decisions to get there. And yes, you can break free, but it's really hard. So my friends, I want to wish you good luck in deciding, and these are the things that have truly helped me make better decisions. So now there is one thing I would love to believe, and I choose to believe this because otherwise I don't know how I could go on. And this is that there is no such a thing as a wrong decision, because decisions can either bring you a step closer to where you want to be, or they can teach you a lesson you need to learn. And if we accept that, then I think we can have a bit of a lighter heart when making decisions. Now, the caveat to this is that a lot of people make the same mistakes over and over and over again because they don't learn the lesson that we're supposed to learn the first time. And so I really do encourage you, and I do, like, I'm serious about this. Learn your lessons. There is a very famous quote from Albert Einstein, I think. And there is this great quote from Albert Einstein who defines insanity as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So, you know, check on your insanity. You might be insane, and so stop it and actually reflect and learn your lessons. A couple weeks ago, I was listening to this interview with Stephen Butler. I don't think that's how you pronounce his last name, but pass it. And he was talking about the 51% rule, that when you're trying to make a big decision, all you need to do is be 51% sure about it. And the reason is that when you make a decision, you actually can never be sure it's gonna go well. You can't. Life is unpredictable. I think we all learned that by now. But you only need to be 51% sure, because 100% certainty only happens in hindsight. So only when you actually have made the decision and you have run with it, you can be sure that that was the right decision or that was the wrong decision. I'm sure this has happened to you, like that you make a decision, it's like, oh, if only I could go back in time and I could change things, I would do things differently. But you would only say that because you've made the wrong decision, and so now you have all the knowledge to say, oh damn it, I could have made the right decision, but you didn't have the information you have now, so you couldn't have made that decision. You follow me? You did not have the information you have now, so you have made the best decision based on the information you had. And maybe it wasn't enough information, maybe you interpreted them wrong, but either way, you're here now. So there is no point in dwelling in the past. The only thing you can do is learn the lesson and move on. Another pearl of wisdom that I got from Steven is that we need to make decisions fast. And I know this is counterintuitive because you might think, no, I need to think about it and think about it. And yes, you need to think about your decision, but you can't think about it forever, because if you keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, you'll actually never end up making a decision and you'll stay stuck. And being stuck means that you don't learn anything and you don't go anywhere. So at least if you make the wrong decision, you learn something. And if you make the right decision, you move forward. But either way, you're moving, and that's good. If you take years to make a decision, you're just wasting precious time where you could have gotten the feedback and actually saw whether that was a good choice or a bad choice for you. But if you don't make the decision and you wait years and years and years, the only thing you can actually accomplish is a ton of regret for not making that decision sooner, because maybe this is like been tormenting you for years and years and years, and then you take the leap and you discover that wasn't for you, and so you wasted years of your life desiring something and putting a lot of your mental energy into something that ended up not working out for you. But if you made that decision and took that leap 2 years back, you would have known that it wasn't your thing, and you would have had loads of time to come up with a new idea, a new thing you wanted to explore, and explore that and explore the next thing if that didn't work out. So you're just wasting time, okay? You're just wasting your precious, beautiful time. Make decision fast. Now, don't be reckless. Don't do a stupid thing and then blame it on me, okay? Like, no. Fast decisions are made by asking the right questions. And those right questions are, does this really align with myself? Why do I want to make this? Where do I see this go? Why do I want to do it? Is it just for pleasure? Am I just trying to discover myself? Am I just wondering about life? Am I just in a life crisis and I need something new in my life, and so I need to try something new? Ask yourself the right questions and follow your gut. Now, whether your gut leads you to the right path or learning the right lesson, it doesn't matter. You're still learning and you're still growing and you're still moving forward. So get in tune with that inner self and follow your gut. Another reason to make decision fast is that there is actually only two types of decisions you can make. And type 1 is decisions that are irreversible. And to be honest with you, despite what you think, there's very few decisions that are irreversible. And the only one I can think of is ending your life, to be honest. Anything else is reversible. You can choose to change career. You can always go back. You can move country. You can always come back. You can break up with your boyfriend. You can always go back together. You can do anything you want most of the time and go back to where you were before. So really, what are you waiting for? Don't sweat it too much. Make fast decision, because with fast decision you'll have an answer sooner, and so you'll be able to get that knowledge, get that feedback, and then make better decisions along the way. The last thing I wanted to mention about this decision making process is quitting. You're gonna have to decide when it's time to quit thing. And I know, if you're anything like me and you pride yourself in being very disciplined and doing what you say and all the things that come with being very stubborn in admitting that you're wrong, you're gonna have to learn how to quit. Quitting is part of the decision making process. Sometimes you're gonna make bad decisions and you're gonna have to quit, learn the lesson, and move to the next thing. And maybe something was right for you for a while, then it's not right for you anymore, and you need to be able to quit. And so really, you need to develop some sort of a questionnaire for yourself so that you can guide yourself through a quitting process. And Steven actually mentions this questionnaire. It's really useful to decide whether you should quit or not. And it goes something like, do you want to quit because it's hard? Yes. Okay, is it worth it? If yes, keep going. If not, then quit, because there's no point in doing something hard that is not even worth it. Or maybe you're thinking of quitting because you hate it. And here you need to ask yourself, can I do something to make it not suck? If the answer is yes, then try it and keep going. If the answer is no, ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it actually gonna bring me somewhere? If the answer is yes, then keep going. If the answer is no and you hate it and it's not worth it, then you should just quit, because obviously why? And I saved this questionnaire in my Notion page, so every time I am thinking about quitting something, I go back and read it and answer the questions and then decide whether I should quit or not. But you can make up your own little questionnaire if you'd like. And the same thing when you're trying to make a decision, prepare yourself some questions to ask yourself. Questions like, why am I thinking of making a decision? What benefits is it gonna bring to my life? What am I trying to achieve with this? Where do I think this is gonna bring me? And these are all questions that are very useful when our mind is very fogged up by all our thoughts. Because sometimes when you're making a decision, you keep being bombarded of opinions or reasons for which you should make the decision, which you should not make that decision. And so I would highly recommend to prepare some sort of a questionnaire with questions you can ask yourself when you're stuck. You know, I'm in a time in my life where I have to make decision after decision after decision after decision, and we're talking about big decisions like, where do I want to live? What do I want to do with my life? So if you're in a bit of a decision rut like me, I hope this was helpful. I hope you'll make decisions fast, you'll make them well, and that you learn a lot and that you move forward. And if you enjoyed this little chat, I have a video about the fact that you're alone, and I think you'll actually really enjoy it. It's not as depressing as it sounds. So I hope to see you there, and I hope to see you next week.